Shaperi Bafetu, welcome once again to the podcast. So last week last week, what the fuck? So last time that we did a video, our intro video, we didn't really have a name for the podcast. So I'm glad to announce that we figured out a name, and we think that this name will sort of like work for now, and it's going to capture everything that we're trying to accomplish with the podcast. So I go by the name of Print, Brint to the Z, and to the right, Petit Pinchamu Fish Lapa. Talk to them, bro.
Fish guy listening spelling. Fish. F-I-S-H, logo.
Yeah. So we decided to call the podcast Culture Decoded Podcast. So that's the name of the podcast. So we think that it's gonna capture everything that we really want to do with the podcast, and we think that it will surface for now. So it's gonna be a movement, decoding culture, so many aspects of culture, sports culture, youth culture, music and whatnot, or anything that we deem necessary that we should discuss about. Tina, so Scoopari check Ukraine. So Namta, like we had a conversation the other time. So if you still remember, we mentioned to intro that Fish doesn't have the social media. So there's this reasons, but we had a conversation off air, is it 2 days back? 2 days. Yeah, 2 days back, and we were and I was just asking him. I remember I asked you, how have you been surviving, and how has it been like? What's your experience been like without the social media? Basically taking from the fact that we are creatives, and so much of what we do, inspiration and whatnot, or the way that we do, we're supposed to share it with social media, So I was like, how has been your experience, Yako? And so now we just want to talk about the social media and my experience social media. So what's up?
Social media. I basically think Ilabantua.
Right.
Because Nangazama there was a time don't tell you what about if Facebook getting
like way you nukala Facebook I call around 2003-4
because I remember umtaka malumami wayesebenzisa Nokia E63.
I remember.
Phone ongena nge-Facebook through Opera Mini.
I still remember those things.
Umjide kuyakimi sithi ringa labafazi la on Facebook. Eating friends from America. He was so excited about it. Mina, I don't see a reason why I should have
Facebook.
Ngangila phone. So ngangenye reason yokuthi amboni ukuthi into lana okuhlupha ukuthi kumele ngibe ku Facebook. Because ama internet cafe check ayidumile that time. Okwazi ukuhamba internet cafe ufike ubhadale kumule $5 lana eblue. Ela much. Exactly. Clear. No bhadala imali so I just going to get a phone, your companion, create Facebook account. By that time, something I familiar that much. When it was my email.
Yeah.
So we always use them phone numbers.
I'm a phone number. I still remember.
So I'm not a phone. My sense phone number, you go make actually notification, verification code. What. And I went away process in. 7 sitting. I know, Jim. On a ring allow. I'm cool with this. Okay, time passed. Then I went to get a Blackberry. It was a curve by then.
Hey, Blackberry was a shit.
Fun.
Blackberry. Dog. Blackberry.
BIS dog.
Hey, Blackberry internet service. That shit was fine.
60 rand, 90 months. But anyway, back to the story. Ngabala machita ngobekhupha imixit
bro
imixit ithe ihlupha and into engimangalisayo nje into esenzakala ngakho konke xa i-social media like ngama application okutsha makungena it's always but getting our cheer. Facebook yathi ngene umuntu akamalume mathendo dawochera abayi yabona and impintshi zami ngale imix it ngathi ngiqalisa mina ukuzwa ngayo bathi hayi ndoda abochera abayi yabona but like imix it anza imvele ndawo ngayisebenzisa khonkana nje feel pressure to I can't be yabona kuba umuntu lona ongasebenzisiyo out of everyone emachidena so ngabe ngidownload but I used in PBM most of the time. PBM ayimnandi nje. PBM othola even ucherry engela even ucherry engela blackberry nje ungana khemele blackberry nomnandi. So I think into engazange ibe ndaba like that much.
Yona vele
why
yeah, no, like mina I sort of like share the same story. Like mix it, like I think I mix it. Then from mix it, I never had a BlackBerry. I had Nokia. So I was one of the first people to use in WhatsApp, I think.
Alright.
Yeah. In WhatsApp, I still remember me using WhatsApp. Then in Facebook, I remember I signed. That was around 2010, 2011, thereabout. That is when I had the Facebook account. But then it was the same thing for Lami. It was during puberty. I was starting in puberty. So it was a hake if maybe because me now I'm shy, but I don't wanna lie to you. I was so shy back in the day. Alright, so Mina, I was so shy like back in the day, and if Facebook was my escape, which in one is so approach share like you know. So like I got so hooked to it to an extent that I remember there was a time that if Facebook usage was now too high, and one of my teachers Facebook usage like yeah, it was now too high, and even Nama set exam with dipping. I was using it a lot, starting on my mini beefs, lama cheetah, you know how it was. Because in a rapper in high school, so you know, we'll start my beefs, we'll bake like Facebook, they'll create a group, and then we'll bake. But then that was the thing with social media. It was just a place where by then. It was just a place where you just go and just have fun, combi, sabocheri, you know. Hey, like sometimes. Bro. You know, there was a time like what it does is Facebook, it gives you those notifications of the memories and whatnot. So like I see some of the posts I used to like and shit. I was like, no. So, but yeah, it has evolved now, and I don't know. It's bad, it's good at the same time. But like I feel like to some extent, with how because then, if social media, it was prevalent, but then access was limited. Like you were saying, you had to go maybe your internet cafe, you know. But now, the accessibility is more. Because almost everyone has a smartphone, you know, almost everyone has a smartphone. And then with that, which means that Sespilala is social media on a day-to-day. It's like a huge part of us. And then I think that's where some of the issues that we're starting to see and our problems and whatnot starting to come from, you know. So I don't know, is there something from you, in as much as you felt like, no, I won't be done that. But it's the things that you started noticing when go within yourself. Like, but this thing is starting to make me feel like this. This thing started to make me act like this or whatnot. What was the thing that made you delete? Because there was nothing scroll like nothing would use a name or one of this. I was like, how should you delete your account? So is this something we know? I look at I was like, this thing is no longer for me or something.
Alright, mana ngiqalise futhi emuva. Kuyoba le Snapchat.
Yeah.
Akho nje kuke kwaba. Ikhona.
Yeah, ikhona.
Ikhona Snapchat. Right. I-Snapchat ithe iqalisa ngiqalise ukuuser i-Snapchat after I ran Instagram.
Yeah. Snapchat, it's a China-based one,
I don't know.
WeChat, oh.
Yeah, WeChat.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That's a cool app. WeChat to play. But ngithe ngiqala mina ukuba le Instagram sengikhohlwe ukuthi beke mina. Why beng sescared. So it just ebengihlala kilo elingemva kwenye impinch ebeyibiza ngo-sex manyoba. Again isidla kwafazi lapho.
That's 6 manyoba.
Original name yakhe Tong Emmanuel but the way I think because ngihamba nginyukhaba like it was a new school I think so obviously check ma new aso umuntu lana yabo vocal most of the times right so usex manyoba check confidence elo mjitelwana bra
so it's too much
wacheri ngabe streamet abo group thula nomsini wenjalo nje so ukuhlala ngemva kwakhe it made me ukuthi ngijalane labantu easier because saba ngathi size impintshi yabona so usex manyoba obebeya ngelinda esithi yomuzi to ngimuntu onginike ibizo uthi mo
alright so we back
right
technical difficulties
phela ngachaza ukukhuluma njalo ngathi into ezifensi
so usari ngo
right back to stories kamanyo Sex manyoba abebeya njengeli indaba late is always ufika nje umuzi ntana just yini yabo that time I was using BlackBerries at 10.
Yeah.
I began changing so manual. I changed it. Yabo.
That was Instagram.
Before into zama DM lan into echaza Instagram ukubona ama pictures awoshare abahlali kasi lapho. Ngidalane behlala eBrakpan. If I'm not mistaken. Right. Ala meyenza idzine. Phela lapha siyawa la. Hayi? Lama ben create ani Instagram account. Lo manyo. Create la bana. Yabona. So kwabe sikusiba le competition leyana ukuthi ufollow ngocherry abangaka abaplay. Into lani high school naliyana. Kwabe sikusiba lenye out la yabuya ejina sakina singamachita. Esingukango la into eziningi. Lama ben aluthola ngochera ngathi wena aba-apply
my Instagram
ama-Instagram but it's difference between bona lami umjidelane yobacavu chera abamfollowayo nangangabazi abantu labo babengangazi so kwakuyinto lena ukuthi I'm giving you a follow la nginike follow but you have nothing in common just getting you to Instagram qala
alright
yabona right so esithema ntoni ngangabe into zama ngathi ama followers ngangena ama followers amaningi aje kumanyoka wesingene kuma 200 then bro
200 followers dope like what 200 people following me
Ndota
bro
that was a lot bro it was a lot in the chewu omoye hamba so class shanga ma level 10
yeah
oh we ngrepa
alright
so isikhathi sabe sama ngisiphume high school then I went to varsity abekuthenga iSnapchat thethe iSnapchat lami ngabe ngisiba la ngithe ngisiba la ngabe ngijona iNdebele's Connect ecawe iNdebele's Connect yeah so into ozibona from abantu beNdebele's Connect ubone ngathi impilo yakho islow
No, all right, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's one of the things.
Because
yeah.
and we moved to Hillside, now I'm in UK.
Yeah. Most people when they overseas outside of flower. Yeah.
And then when I stagnant,
exactly.
I'll move,
Exactly.
and man city stagnant, I introduce stagnant to pumpkin. No, stagnant compana.
Exactly.
In the winning house of Ali.
Exactly.
Just like, Babanti love, alright, man, I think subconsciously, into learn city check, start acting. So I started doing all my videos of video, just to make
to feel like you're doing something loud. Yeah.
So I didn't learn sit time much it. Sasi go with him the JP I think Shemi. Excuse me. I haven't seen time much it and then I delete them. I delete them baby. I benefit. On the other hand, how much it they are booming how much it is already check that they're having fun checking Tingliana about cherry in about TM. Snapchat change village we let TM. So you could jam about cherry.
You ever got some pussy from Instagram? Or Snapchat? Man,
getting some pussy, you mean fucking a girl from Instagram or just meeting a girl from Instagram?
Whether you're fucking a girl from Instagram or you meet a girl through Instagram and you get some pussy.
Well, I've met girls from Instagram. That I can say. Fucking
no.
Yeah, you can make that play. Okay, we met show. Past that, nah. I mean, come on,
So that's when, like, you're saying what you told them about you are deleting him.
Yeah, Snapchat.
Because
I'm burning anything. I'm not benefiting anything from Snapchat.
Yeah.
Because I want to follow abangazi, angibazi. Abantu enganchatha labo, abantu engamfunqala ukwabazi. Into nelana check, it was just like giving yourself away.
No, right.
Most of the time. Right. But dude, I'm not saying it's social media or anything. No. If you can use it to get money,
it's
good enough. But not it will affect that. Don't ever hesitate to take a break.
Yeah, that's true.
Or because subconsciously
it does.
I wouldn't say it's ukawata until ubonguti. Let's say you go a day without it.
And then more grow up.
No man. So. One thing ever positive on Instagram. Okay. As I said, I've met people on Instagram. I met this guy on Instagram.
I remember.
First time.
First time.
Print. It was on Instagram.
Yeah, I remember. I still remember.
Story for another day.
I will talk about that.
Story for another day.
So like mina like I hear story circle. Like especially you know what happens is that as umuntu yabuza zona personally, I'm this type of person. I like to keep to myself. I'm not socially social anxiety, something, but like I'm someone who likes to keep to myself. And I'm starting to notice I started to notice such patterns around 2020 there, but like fine, I'm always at home because of my lockdown and them, but like I'm someone who likes to be with myself. But then also when I get to a space where there's people in society, vibe and whatnot. I say this to say that for some people, social media is just too much because that influx of pictures, the tweets and whatnot, it's too noisy for some people. So sometimes if you know yourself and you're saying, no, into lesson and say too much, just take a break though, because like I feel like you don't owe anyone the presence to social media. Not anyone. But you owe it to yourself to be present for yourself. When I'm walking, I know me now. This is my time. If you feel I'm nothing over social media, go ahead. Do it. But
I love problem with your good.
Yeah. And sometimes for me, like I have no choice. Well, I'm starting to see that I have a choice. But like because of the work that I do, I do a bit of digital marketing. No, not a bit. I do digital marketing, so that includes social media management. So I really have to be on social media almost 24/7 because like I have to see the trends that are going on. I have to see what's happening. Bro, let's cut it though. Let's cut. There was a time when I was going through it like it was facile, bro, and like I couldn't be on social media, but I had to be on social media because at the same time, this is my work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, which I can't be fully in because like I'm not in the right frame of mind to be doing. So there was a time when I took a break. I think from Twitter. I use Twitter a lot. You know, though. Like I use Twitter a lot. But then I started taking a break because I was like, I hated the fact that I'm send up. And now I'm saying go to before start scrolling up and down and whatnot. One up to this card. This thing of 7 talk. Your mangala 7:45 we could do something meaningful. 45 minutes call.
Cut.
Yeah.
Internet before next thing.
Yeah.
Right. Could Twitter
yeah.
Let's say around to 7.
Yeah.
Before. Most scroller with Twitter when is negative, that can fuck up your day.
Dog.
Big time.
Dog. Like you're saying, really it does. And I off air, I was like, sometimes some of these trending topics or some of these sensitive issues that are being discussed on Twitter are negative. It's some tragedies and everything, right? But the human brain, you know why? Well, science you'll tell us you guys in the comments and all. But the human brain is not trained to handle so much negative information. Like as a normal human being, at a certain point, that thing gets to you, bro. Like sometimes you read that we live in a society fucked up. Sometimes we hear sometimes a girl has been raped, someone has been abused, things like that. And let's say, imagine you're reading about 14 or 15 tweets of that. Every split second there's something negative. There's someone who is shouting at someone.
And I was you're just scrolling, but you're blocking
exactly.
After 1 hour, I was going to say, why you said.
Exactly.
But yes, you affect the
exactly. And I think because at the end of the day, in as much as you are human, you're supposed to sympathize with about, something bad happened to Banibani, but I don't think that you are supposed to react to each and every outside stimulus. Like there's only so much that you can take on. Like sometimes you're yes, we know it's bad, but like I already have my own problems. You don't have
to add stress.
So yeah, like I was saying, sometimes some things you don't really have to react to them, bro. Like Zimbabwe, bro. It's like there's enough problems around me that I should be dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Like waking up, like already saying like my problems meaning one kind. Maybe there is no markets. I have to find a way for my day to be productive, and then now I have to post and get up social media with Twitter. So we'll have violence, maybe Syria or somewhere, whatever. Yes, I have to have empathy and sympathize with people worldwide because we're humans and all. But like, dog, I can't just react to almost every single thing, which like, what. Yes, I can sympathize, but like, I cannot think that. What's the thing? That negativity early on in my day. So for me, that was the thing. Like, when I took that break, I was like, no, I need to get rid of this routine. The routine we have saying before and whatnot. Yeah.
If one got maybe one day start by more
like mina, so I'm starting to read my books. Like I'll share some of the books with you. It's always good, like we have saying. You meditate. Meditation, some people think you know.
Right. I was mngani wami. In fact, we share something that. Obviously, you should start meditating. Then I can't focus. I can't focus. Unthola ngini. Obviously, when I meditate, which one?
No.
Yeah.
So like, there's different forms of meditation. Like, meditation is just a way of training your mind to quiet some thoughts are common. So like, the best way to do it usually it's when companies send, like, you don't have anything you have thought about. So you just meditate on your day, like, or maybe on the previous day, which I know this is what I wanted, I did this, or this is what I want to do, maybe this is what I want to achieve. So you meditate, you think, you meditate it daily. Because some people pray. If you are into prayer, you pray and you declare it daily. Like, you open yourself, which I know, you know what, this is what I want to do, right? And then you set it daily, and then you open yourself up to that, you meditate. And then once you're done with that, you're now in tune with what you want to do for that day. And then you can now swam before. Maybe I'll check some things if you feel the need to, because like I realized one thing, even if the country is burning, like let's say we're in Bulawa and Harare is burning, yes, it affects us, but like I don't think that it's something that you should like there and there, you know. It's like even if you know about it, let's say you know that Harare is burning in the next 30 minutes or an hour or so, it doesn't change much. Yes, it changes. Maybe there's someone, there's people and all, but like it's.
I mean, it Twitter would have been so much better if people were positive. More than being negative. Negativity with Twitter,
it's a lot.
It's too much for Abanyaban to hang.
Yeah, it's a lot.
As much as Twitter is for everyone, but not everyone can hang negativity with Twitter.
No, Twitter is too much.
It's
too much.
So, Pulentolana Egakia Chonkiaban from SA this game. What he checking to learn trend for like.
Oh, that thing,
Rotiniga.
Which you are king.
Is
that what you are king? Twitter people talking about that. We're talking about that. Twitter. What were you saying about that from?
I was saying in Juliana, it helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
Including in Twitter corner.
Yeah.
Like Sekachana Cheka.
Sekachana, she's an influencer
verified,
right now. Yeah.
Influencer, ambassador, whatever. Seiko Gonke.
Yeah.
Because of that tweet. Not because it Twitiliana, Yatola, Ama likes, Lama retweets, Amaning, Lama trading Lama quotes. But Jagangita, a lot of people.
A lot. It was like therapy. It was therapeutic.
Check story sake, check a pansy pa. Then from nowhere. Upon good okay, I can help you with this and this and this and this. So electricity for like a month. Alright, number 500 rand electricity. And the honesty about receiving the help was so amazing. Go to Muntu, right, Nancy 500, tenga electricity. Umuntu ayithenga electricity nge500 at 30 page ngiyabonga nansi sleep in electricity 500. So if we have a lot of that on Twitter or any social media network, I think kungaba ngcono. But there's so much hate.
There's so much
hate enzakalayo because angeke nje ukuthi wena because ungubrinks and mina lami ngosame industry layo so kumele attack anything you say because you try cloud talking
do anything for the cloud.
Do anything for the cloud.
It's
pointless. Instead singaba united, we get more followers than ukuthi zama split ama followers.
Exactly. I mean, I think always really like I'm disputes between people will be there, but how they are handled on Twitter and social media networks, I just don't like it, because I think it's the issue and I know to be anonymous most of the times, and the fact like because there's things that someone can say to you on Twitter that they wouldn't say to you like in real life, because otherwise they will get punished or there's consequences. So like social media, it's sort of like removed that issue of consequence, because in real life you know that if you say something fucked up to someone, you're gonna get consequences. You're gonna get punished or fucked up or something, you know. Even let's say if you say something wrong to Mundo superior to you, you know that there's consequences. But with the social media, it's like there's no consequences. Yes, they are trying. Platforms are going to deplatform abantu, to take them out, suspend them, and whatnot. But it's not as effective because there is so much of us, and it's just another click away from creating another account and spewing the same hate and whatnot. So I just think that we just need more positivity on the social media.
True.
Yeah.
True. Speaking of positivity.
Yeah.
Have you ever get like a girl from Cheetah? Instagram. Oh, I'm Tola Wati. Right. Have you ever fucked a girl from any social media network?
Fuck. That's one. Yeah.
We'll take one. Just maybe my name, but we'll take one.
No, like
the
thing is like for me, though, like I love Ukuba was to their authentic self. So like the vibe that I usually get from most women, like they are not their authentic self. Not to say I'm my authentic self, because damn it, it's faking that I do. But like it's if your first point of contact is through social media, I feel like there's some sort of appearance that we're trying to keep towards each other, you know? Even when we meet, because there's a certain image that person has about me and an image that I have about them. So I'm fine, it's not the same thing. But it's different than someone and you wanna like the first point of contact is online. You know? So that's the thing. But I know.
Tell me serious, I'm but hey, impression with it, Tim.
So maybe next time we should talk about, well, maybe not the next episode, but somewhere along the line, we just need to talk about our stories in the DM. So yeah, you guys can just tell us what you want to talk about and what you think about these things like the social media. I think the issue of social media is so broad, and I feel like we just scratched the surface for now. But just there will be more. We feel like there's still so much more that we need to talk, because that we are learning, and like we said last time, we just want to learn from you guys also, and we talking and we are engaging. So yeah, I think for now we are almost done. So yeah, go out and subscribe. The subscribe button is gonna be down low. Culture Decoded, that's the podcast. With me, your boy Prince and the Fish.
Thank you for Fish.
So yeah, signing out. Yeah, follow us on social media. Culture Decoded podcast. Culture Decoded. Whatever the end that will come out the year. Yeah, and also my English social media is Greens Online. This guy doesn't have social media anymore, so we'll be using this one in a podcast. Yeah. So peace out. Away.